Alright, in this video we're going to have a look at what a log actually is. You'll remember in our last video we looked at log scales and how a log scale can be used to take data that's really spread out and difficult to plot in a histogram and make the data closer together and make it much easier for us to draw a histogram. So basically a log is set up as three main parts. We've got our log, we've got our base, our number and our power. Okay. Now what I like to do in log forms, all logarithms can be written in index form with powers, and that often makes more sense to people because people are used to powers. You've seen powers before, you may not have done much work with logarithms. So what I can do with these three examples is just show you what I mean by that. So log, my base here is 2, so I'm going to set that as my base. My power, the power over here, my power in this one is 3. And my number here in this case is x. So what this one's actually saying is 2 to the power of 3 equals something. So 2 to the power of 3 is 8, so we can just say that x equals 8. So the number that needs to go here is 8. Log base 2 of 8 would equal 3. In the second one, x is in a slightly different spot, so again we'll write it out. My base this time is 3. Okay, so this little number here is always my base. My power is always the number on its own, on the other side of it, so in this case it's x. And my number is 9. So what this one's actually asking is 3 to the power of what is 9? 3 times 1, is it 3 times 3 squared, 3 cubed, 3 to the power of 4. We know that 3 squared equals 9, so x must be 2. Okay. In the final example, we've got our x as our base. So x, my power is 3, equals 1,000. So what this one's asking is something cubed is 1,000. So something times by itself 3 times is 1,000. We know that that number must be 10. 10 times 10 times 10 gives 1,000. Okay. Now in each of these examples I've had different bases, base 2, base 3, this one ended up having a base 10. In further maths we only deal with base 10s, and on your calculators when you push log, if you don't put a base in, it will automatically assume that you are dealing with a base 10. So that makes things a little bit easier for us. We only need to deal with a base 10. So I just want to have a bit of a look at some of the bases that you're likely to come across. Okay, so log base 10 of 0.1, what that's asking is 10 to the power of what gives me 0.1, and that's going to be 10 to the power of negative 1. Okay, 10 to the power of what gives me 1, 10 to the power of 0 gives me 1. So log base 10 of 0.1 is negative 1, log base 10 of 1 is 0, log base 10 of 10, 10 to the power of what gives me 10, 10 to the power of 1 gives me 10. Okay, log base 10 of 100 is, what that's asking me is 10 to the power of what makes 100, 10 to the squared makes 100. You should be starting to see a pattern here. 3 here, 10 cubed gives me 1,000, and 10 to the power of 4 gives me 10,000. So that kind of helps us with something like log base 10 of 525. Now what you would normally do here is type it into your calculator, log 525, and it's going to give you some sort of a decimal answer. But knowing this, we can make some sort of prediction about what log base 10 of 525 is going to be. If log base 10 of 100 is 2, and log base 10 of 1,000 is 3, then log base 525 is a number between 100 and 1,000. It's going to have to be between 2 and 3, somewhere between 2 and 3. So that just helps us, this knowledge, to make a good guess about what log base 10 of 525, log base 10 of any number is going to be.